Hi, this is Mary with another edition of Wax on TV. Thanks for joining us and welcome. Today we're going to discuss a little bit about the history of waxing. Our topic is very simple. Why do we wax the way we do? Well, probably you learned it from a textbook, something like this. And there was a small chapter about hair removal, and it went through the various types, electrolysis. This is my original textbook back over 20 years ago. It's kind of thin. The textbooks these days are much thicker. They have more sections to them. But amazingly, I was apprenticing one young lady in aesthetics, and her textbook was much thicker. It had a lot of different chapters that my old textbook didn't have. But the chapter that was almost word for word the same was a chapter on hair removal. Yep, just doesn't seem to change. We're basically taught a few steps. If you're using wax, whether it be hard wax or soft wax, you want to first start out by cleaning the skin, drying it off. In our modern day world, we also have some numbing sprays that can be used, but they do need to sit on the skin, and that's a whole nother subject about the whole numbing spray thing. And then you might want to powder, and most manufacturers do recommend that you powder. You cleanse the skin, dry it, and powder it to make sure there is no moisture on the skin. If you're using hard wax, some of the manufacturers may recommend cleansing with a cleanser, drying it, and then putting some oil on the hair, prep oil, okay, to make the hard wax spread a little smoother. Outside of that, then you have sugaring. Sugaring too starts out with a basic cleanse the skin and dry the skin, and typically powder it. Sugaring has to be done on very dry skin. So basically, as we've been educated, and even back in the Stone Age of aesthetics, you might say, it was basically cleanse and dry the skin, and then apply your product, whether it be hard wax, soft wax, or sugaring, and then proceed with the removal of the hair. Well, what does that really give us as estheticians? Well, typically when we wax, and we cleanse, we dry, and we wax, we remove, whether you use a strip or not a strip, whether you use a ball of wax, or whether you strip a ball of sugaring, or whether you use the strip sugaring. Either way, when we remove the hair, we often see very irritated skin. The irritation starts very early in our process, and we kind of aid and abet it because that's what we've been taught. We've been taught to cleanse the skin, dry it, powder it, or oil it. But basically the skin is just really parched. Have you ever really applied your skincare background to your waxing? Well, I'm going to show you a way that kind of might just shake your world a little bit. Because actually, part of the pain of waxing when your clients get waxed and the discomfort is because the skin is so dry. Dry skin can quickly become irritated, and that irritation spreads the whole time as you're waxing. So what if we took a different approach? And maybe, what if that approach gave us a better outcome for both us as the estheticians and your client? Just think of that. It's that possible, and I'm going to show you how. So this is just a little introduction. We'll get more into how we're going to really rock the wax this time. Change your mind, change your world. We're right there. So hold on tight, and we're going to explain what we mean. The method is called a very simple method, hydration waxing. So stay tuned to more information on hydration waxing. It'll change your business.